There's multiple different classifications that you can classify your employees under. So 9403 is the garbage, ash, and refuse collection. But there are also different options if that employee is solely engaged in outside sales or they're strictly clerical. The outside sales person classification is 8742, and then clerical is 8810. So those obviously have much lower rates. So the rates associated with clerical versus debris removal or garbage collection are significantly different. So it might be a 15 to 30% rate for clerical, and then a 50 to $1 rate for outside sales. And then you have your garbage, ash, or refuse collection, which is the 9403, and that class code typically can be anywhere from as low as maybe $4 or $5, as high as 15 to 20. So depending on what state you are in, what the rates are, and where you're located. So it's important to know that when you're classifying and when you're being audited, if you say this employee works in junk removal 20% of the time and they work as an estimator or in sales 80% of the time, then unless you keep and maintain specific payroll records, all of their payroll is going to go into the higher rated classification. So it's really important that you're careful with regards to the audit with maintaining those proper records and communicating the correct thing to the auditor. Because the last thing that you want to do is have an auditor who's taking an entire employee's payroll and classifying it into junk when 80 to 90% of the time they're not operating in a junk removal capacity. You also want to audit the audit, because these auditors and these audits, they make mistakes on these workers' comp audits all the time. They'll use the wrong numbers, or they'll miskey or mistype something, or they'll reclassify somebody without your knowledge. So one of the things that you can do immediately if you get back an audit and you have a large surcharge where you owe a bunch of money all of a sudden, is you can ask or request for the audit worksheets. You can also dispute the audit. For us and our clients, it's something that we offer as an additional service, is to participate in your audit or review your audit prior to submission. Audits can be requested in multiple different forms. So they can call you, an auditor can come out and visit and sit down with you, or they might just send you paperwork to complete online or in person, where you're just filling out the paperwork and then sending in all of your audit information in order to true up your work comp estimate. So that's something to just be aware of as you figure out your work comp audit.